Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 8 p.m. on our studio clock here in Akwa Douala, and it's News Hour on Spectrum Television. Top on the news stories tonight, October 8, 2025. The National Communication Council urges public and private media to uphold professionalism in managing airtime throughout the election campaign. This key message was highlighted today in Yaoundé by CNC President Joseph Chebonken Kalabupse, who also questioned certain community radios on their adherence to regulatory mandates. Cameroon's indomitable Lions secured a crucial 2-0 victory against the Republic of Mauritius in Mauritius, boosting their bid for qualification to the 2026 World Cup. This win underscores their determination to secure a spot in the prestigious tournament, highlighting their resilience and championship ambition in the ongoing qualifiers. The stories in full and more will be brought to you right ahead. Thanks for tuning in once again, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the 8 p.m. Bilingual Primetime News on Spectrum Television. I will dive straight into the full stories, and it will be in the French language with Oriane Donken. Bonsoir, Oriane.
Bonsoir à vous, Christella Sec. Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue au journal. Gestion du temps d'antenne, le Conseil national de la communication interpelle les médias. Face à la presse ce jour, Joseph Chebonken Kalabupse a présenté les résultats du monitoring de ses équipes. Le point avec vous, Olivier Bouzic.
À quelques jours de la clôture de la campagne présidentielle, le Conseil national de la communication déplore un traitement disproportionné par les médias, publics comme privés.
Les différentes exhortations du Conseil, s'agissant notamment de la non-participation de tierces personnes en dehors des candidats en lice ou de leurs représentants dans les émissions de campagne, ont été suivies par les promoteurs des médias dans leur grande majorité. Le Conseil a relevé plusieurs irrégularités dans certains médias classiques et en ligne.
Joseph Chebonken Kalabupse interpelle.
De la diffusion sur les réseaux sociaux Facebook à travers l'activiste Alain Chamo officiel des vidéos présentant négativement des candidats en ligne. De la publication sur les réseaux sociaux, Facebook d'un post d'activiste Paul Chuta incitant à la haine communautaire. De la diffusion sur les réseaux sociaux TikTok d'un montage vidéo présentant négativement le candidat du RDPC Sur tous ces différents cas, le Conseil se réserve le droit de mettre en œuvre les mesures appropriées.
Il faut noter que cette sortie s'adresse autant aux médias traditionnels qu'aux médias en ligne.
And still in line with this meeting, this key message was highlighted today in Yaoundé by the National Communication Council President Joe Chebonken Kalabupse, as he urges public and private media to uphold professionalism in managing airtime. Let's get more insights from the following interview.
I informed you last week that we would be deploying our mobile kit via our monitoring task force across the 10 regions of the country. In general, our proximity monitoring revealed that some community radios are in violation of their statutory framework by airing political broadcasts. Some observed cases include the participation of several CPDM representatives during a talk show called La Totale 10-12, which was aired on the 3rd of October 2025 on community radio Fuset FM in the West region. Reports on CPDM, PCRN, and FSNC rallies under a segment called Bulletin d'Information, which was aired on the 3rd of October 2025 during the talk show dubbed Le Matin sur les Ondes on community radio Bafon Babadou in the West region. The establishment of a new program scheduled by Community Radio Nkol Akono aimed to assist political parties during the election campaign a daily broadcast of an election propaganda program in a local language by community radio in Fort Chateau d'Eau in the Adamawa region, and the airing of each candidate's campaign spot by community radio for You Africa in the Adamawa region as well. The Council wishes to reiterate to all community radios that they are inherently apolitical. Therefore, they are not authorized to cover issues that deal with politics. Consequently, the Council reserves the right to take appropriate action.
Still in line with the presidential campaign, Le Jeune Bilingual Bela, Minister of External Relations, has called on the people of Mbanga to make the right choice by voting their candidate, President Paul Biya, come October 12, 2025. Onila Donet tells us more.
Mbanga no make erreur. Citing the famous words of Lapiro de Mbanga, Minister Le Jeune Bilingual Bela strongly urged the inhabitants of Mbanga to cast their ballots for Paul Biya on October 12. As the president of the CPDM Mungu Divisional Committee, he met with the ruling party's militants and sympathizers to reiterate the directives first issued in August.
I reminded all the militants that after 2018, we immediately put in place a system and a mechanism in order to start working for the coming election. At that time, I must confess that we were not sure yet whether the president of the our national party will be a candidate. So ever since he declared himself as a candidate and other candidates also, we were at very ease to continue what we did put in place.
The visit conducted on Sunday, October 5, centered on three main objectives.
One, to come and evaluate what we did since August up till now and what the communal commission have been doing ever since the Central Committee has already issued all the instructions the way we should carry our campaign. Secondly, is to come and let them know that we remobilize all our militants. They should not really be scared. They should not be scared of what other parties are also doing.
Acknowledging the strong challenge posed by the opposition within the Mungu subdivision, the CPDM campaign is actively working to guarantee a decisive victory for its candidate.
And third is to come and let them know that what I can say, the party is still behind them and bringing all sorts of either resources or all sorts of contributions, intellectual, militants' contribution, in order to make sure that on the 12th of October 2025, the result in Mbanga and in the Mungu as a whole will be very conclusive.
The gathering held at Mbanga Urban 1 successfully convened various local groups and associations.
Présidentielle 2025 à Pouma dans la Sanaga maritime, le Rassemblement démocratique du peuple camerounais opte pour une campagne de proximité. Pour les responsables de cette formation politique, il faut s'assurer d'une chose, tous les militants ont-ils leur carte d'électeur? Reportage. Dans la langue qu'ils partagent tous, le message est donné. Ici à Pouma, dans la Sanaga maritime, le Rassemblement démocratique du peuple camerounais a opté pour un retour à la base.
Nous sommes passés tour à Pongo, Chefferie, Poto, et nous venons de terminer avec la communauté anglophone de Pouma. Vous avez observé la liesse partout où nous sommes passés, et partout où nous sommes passés avec un seul message. Celui de voter notre candidat, le candidat du RDPC, le président national de notre parti, Paul Biya. Pouma n'est pas une ville facile parce que Pouma se trouve entre deux grandes villes, les deux plus grandes villes du Cameroun, Douala et Yaoundé. Et nous vivons une diversité à Pouma où on retrouve toutes les aires culturelles du Cameroun. Donc c'était très important pour moi, qui ai toujours été aux côtés des populations, de venir moi-même, leur dire une fois de plus que nous avons intérêt, tout intérêt à voter Paul Biya parce que c'est la meilleure candidature, c'est la candidature la plus sûre et surtout c'est la candidature de l'avenir pour les jeunes.
Passé l'engouement et la ferveur de ces militants, une question, ont-ils le code d'accès?
Il est question pour nous de nous assurer que les militants des différents comités de base ont effectivement leur carte d'électeur, de leur donner les consignes de vote, de leur montrer le bulletin de notre champion, le bulletin du président Paul Biya, pour lequel nous nous battons, et surtout de leur dire que nous avons vraiment tout intérêt à avoir une victoire éclatante et sans bavure ici à Pouma, au soir du 12 octobre 2025.
À quelques jours de la présidentielle du 12 octobre 2025, les opérations de charme se multiplient sur le terrain. Justement, à quelques jours de cette élection du dimanche 12 octobre 2025, les observateurs internationaux et nationaux ont reçu des informations sur le processus électoral camerounais. C'est ce 8 octobre 2025 à Yaoundé, au cours d'une rencontre présidée par le directeur général d'Élections Cameroun, Inès Panga.
L'élection présidentielle du 12 octobre 2025 au Cameroun, c'est une circonscription électorale, plus de 8 millions d'électeurs inscrits, dont près de 34 000 de la diaspora, environ 31 000 bureaux de vote, dont une centaine dans la diaspora, installés pour la plupart dans les établissements scolaires. D'après la loi, le bureau de vote est ouvert aux observateurs nationaux et internationaux accrédités par le ministère des Relations extérieures.
Qu'ils puissent librement le faire et faire leur rapport librement pour nous permettre, aussi d'analyser notre démocratie, surtout électorale, comment elle se déroule. Ils ont des informations sur le nombre d'inscrits, le nombre de bureaux de vote, sur les lieux où ils doivent aller voter, sur la coopération qu'ils peuvent avoir de tous les intervenants, les forces de sécurité, etc., etc.
Le travail d'observation vérifie la conformité à la législation en vigueur des bureaux de vote et des pratiques y faites.
Les points importants étaient la sécurité, le déploiement et ensuite le devoir de réserve par rapport à ce que c'est que l'observation. Nous avons la chance de faire beaucoup de pays à travers le monde, ça nous permet de voir et je crois que le modèle camerounais est à copier.
Des observateurs nationaux et internationaux reçoivent des informations électorales ce 8 octobre 2025, à quelques jours du scrutin présidentiel à Yaoundé.
Prime Minister Joseph Dion Gute and Finance Minister Louis-Paul Motaze launched the final 15.7 billion payment CFA of long overdue salary arrears to CDC workers, over 20,000 of them, signaling a major step towards reviving the CDC and restoring hope after years of crisis. Details in the following report. Prime Minister Chief Joseph Dion Gute and Finance Minister Louis-Paul Motaze arrived in Limbe on Tuesday, October 7, greeted by jubilant Cameroon Development Corporation CDC workers whose long wait for overdue wages was finally coming to an end. Their arrival marked a pivotal moment as the government launched the final payment of 15.7 billion francs CFA in salary arrears owed to over 20,000 workers for the period from May 2018 to December 2022, fulfilling President Paul Biya's promise to protect jobs and revive the corporation amid years of crisis-induced hardship.
By saying that we hope the CDC is going to move forward in a strengthened manner. But I would like to add that this is not just for the CDC. I think you all are aware that Sonara is doing everything to relaunch works on the factory.
Joy filled the CDC as banks began disbursing the balance of 46% of these accrued salaries after a prolonged insecurity crisis in the northwest and southwest regions severely impacted the company's operations and workforce. The government's intervention, aimed at preserving peace and national cohesion, now promises a refreshed future for the CDC and its resilient employees. Minister Motaze hailed the CDC's revival, emphasizing the corporation's solid footing for renewed productivity and competitiveness. He urged workers and management to capitalize on this momentum and restore the CDC's market confidence.
And I came here once more to let you know that the president is with you. I am the one who handled this file. And the president said, no, those people, they have already suffered. I don't want them to suffer once more. That means that even if the management can pay you, the Minister of Finance, you have to pay. I couldn't ask me, where would I find money? But I understood that I have to find money. And I found money.
Major highlight of the event was when Finance Minister Louis-Paul Motaze was honored by Southwest chiefs who adorned him with traditional garments and presented a walking stick, symbolically offering him protection and guidance as he embarks on the campaign season journey.
CDC was listed for privatization, and being listed for privatization, CDC was not qualified to be referred to CTR for rehabilitation. But the Honorable Minister standing here as Secretary General took that decision, and that is what is leading to what we are seeing today, the restructuring of the CDC. We cannot say thank you enough.
As payments rolled out, jubilant workers received alerts confirming their arrears had been paid, signaling a new chapter of hope and stability for the CDC and its workers. The finance minister also honored key committee members responsible for ensuring the successful payment process, including the CDC general manager. This landmark payment not only settles long-standing debt, but rekindles optimism for the CDC's prosperous revival amid Cameroon's socio-political challenges.
Et l'un des commissionnaires du président de la République à la CDC, c'est Louis-Paul Motaze. Le ministre des Finances s'exprime au micro de STV.
Ça, comme je l'ai dit au chef traditionnel, c'est d'abord de satisfaction pour ce qu'ils font. Et j'ai eu à leur rappeler que, d'ailleurs pas la première fois, parce que je me rappelle déjà, quand j'étais déjà de la CNPS, apparemment Chief Ndele m'a reçu parce que c'était à l'époque, c'est moi qui ai construit l'immeuble qui est là à Boya. C'était à l'époque où la crise était très forte et où il n'y avait vraiment pas de construction d'édifices publics. Il y en a deux qui ont été construits à ce moment-là. C'est la CNPS ici à Boya et le siège social de la CSPH à Yaoundé, la caisse de la CSPH à Yaoundé qui est au Carrefour. Et le Parlement Chief Ndele était très, très content. Il m'a vu, il m'a reçu, il m'a béni, il m'a dit tu vas voir. Je ne lui ai pas demandé voir quoi, il m'a dit tu vas voir. Voilà. Donc c'était pour dire que ce qui se passe, c'est un peu dans la continuité de ce qui s'est toujours fait. Une relation forte avec la population d'ici. Et la deuxième chose que je voulais dire, heureusement, ils l'ont tous dit, c'est que je suis beaucoup plus un envoyé. Je sais ce que le chef de l'État pense de la CDC, ce que le chef de l'État pense du FACO du Sud-Ouest. Je le sais, parce que dans les documents, j'envoie des documents, ça vient avec des instructions, les instructions sont suffisamment claires. C'est la raison pour laquelle la CDC, avec tous les problèmes qu'elle a rencontrés, la position du chef de l'État était suffisamment claire pour qu'elle n'ait pas besoin d'être, interprétée. Nous n'avons fait qu'appliquer les instructions qui ont été données par le chef de l'État. Mais, pour dire le vrai, beaucoup ont parlé et j'ai bien noté qu'ils sont allés au-delà du problème de la CDC. Ils ont également évoqué essentiellement la Sonara et le port de Limbe. En ce qui me concerne, Bon, la Sonara, on s'en occupe déjà, tant que je suis le président du comité interministériel chargé de la restructuration des entreprises publiques. Et je voudrais dire qu'au-delà du Cameroun, même nos investisseurs à l'étranger, j'étais dernièrement à New York, j'étais à Londres, j'étais à Boston, nos investisseurs, ils nous posent la question, que devient la Sonara? Donc c'est une préoccupation qui va au-delà des problèmes locaux, et je voudrais donc leur dire que connaissant la position du chef de l'État sur cette question-là, des problèmes comme les problèmes de la Sonara, les problèmes comme la construction du port de Limbe, c'est des problèmes qui vont être résolus.
Ben, il faut déjà dire que le rôle de l'intermédiation, c'est de faciliter la mobilisation des fonds pour l'État du Cameroun avec les partenaires que sont les banques. Donc il a fallu rechercher les meilleures conditions pour l'État et les meilleures conditions pour que les banques puissent mobiliser ces fonds. Cela a été fait en 2 temps, comme vous le savez. Une première tranche de 20 milliards et une seconde tranche de 15 milliards et quelque chose. Donc aujourd'hui, c'est l'apothéose, puisque le personnel de la CDC est dorénavant couvert sur le plan salarial. Ils peuvent reprendre leurs activités. Et vous avez également suivi que l'État du Cameroun a décidé de mobiliser d'autres fonds pour construire 2 usines qui permettront, n'est-ce pas, à l'industrie de la CDC de se refaire.
And traditional chiefs of Fako division also expressed their thanks to the President of the Republic. Let's listen to them in the following excerpt.
It is said when something is good, declare it open and sing it out for others to hear. We want to say that we are extremely happy that you are not only here in person, but we know the battles that you have been fighting on our behalf. You said it in the hall, that there is a Mutaze who is our public independent conciliator. So, here you are, with Mr. Mutaze that we have been waiting for. We understand how much interest you have by executing the direct instructions of the head of state. Other persons will say for technical reasons it might not be possible. We want to thank you for aligning yourself with the people of Fako, the people of Southwest, the people of this region. If you know how many people have been saved, then you know how much you have done for us. At this point, at this time, when it's election time, it is our responsibility to go back out to our people and say, we have a responsibility to say thank you to the head of state through your person. And please, when you go back to the nation's capital, I know that you will having audiences with the head of state. Please extend our gratitude, our love for him. And we are sure that absolutely we are behind him and will give him the victory that he deserves for these things to continue and to be achieved.
Particularly people of Fako, today is a great day for us. The CDC is our greatest pride, and the Minister of Finance, together with the Prime Minister, they have come here today to show that what they say is what they mean. What they promised, they have delivered today. And I told the Minister that to us, the people of the Southwest, we feel 70% accomplished. The remaining 30%, I'm pleading with him, is the Sonara and the ports of Limbe. With that, the people of the Southwest will be 100% happy. Even if we die, we shall never ask for more. But we want to deeply, profoundly thank you. We know this is not a project of yesterday or 2 weeks ago or last month or last year that you've been working on. You've dedicated your time and interest to save the CDC through this restructuring process. This is out of your personal engagement with us, the people of Fako. We have blessed you with all our blessings because you're a good man. Thank you.
The CDC, the Cameroon Development Corporation, is a very important institution. It's almost like government, and hospitals, facilities, engineering, and just the resources and the amount of people who make a living of the Cameroon Development Corporation, it's huge. It's like it's a country in itself. And when you see what has happened here today, you would see what we talk about, the love, the concern, the pragmatism of President Paul Biya. And he took it personally. This is a personal decision. It's not about economics. It's about care. It's about compassion for your people. And what you have seen here today, it's not talk, it's action. It's a man keeping his promise. And we are looking in this next mandate that President Biya is going into is one of keeping the promise. And the Cameroonian people should understand, we the Cameroonians, we should look at the facts. A man who, despite security challenges, Boko Haram in the north, the NOSO crisis, he has continued to do everything to continue with his developmental plans, infrastructural development, and at the same time trying to address social concerns like this, paying salaries. It was not about economics, it was about compassion. You heard the Minister of Finance, what he said. And frankly, these people who have received, the CDC workers who have received their salaries today, we're watching. If they don't cast their vote for President Paul Biya, for the CPDM, and the CPDM's champion candidate, the candidate, not just for the CPDM, the candidate for the Cameroonian people, if they don't cast their vote, would accuse them that they are thieves. That is the issue. Yes, he cannot come around and go out of his way. Not just 15 billion now, before that 18 billion, you added over 50 billion CFA are coming to us in the southwest region. The Anglophones, northwest and southwest, are the direct beneficiary of this action of the head of state. So on the eve of where we are today, I want to pass this message that truly we should not be ungrateful. We should look at what the head of state has done for us, what he continues to do for us, and what he will do for us. Let's not, what do we say? No make error. No make error, you don't vote the man who takes care of your interests. And he has shown it today. So we are celebrating it. The truth is the truth. See it, see the evidence, and do the right thing. Vote for President Paul Biya.
And we now talk sports football in this news. Cameroon kept World Cup dream alive today with a solid 2-0 victory over Mauritius on their home turf. Brice Momin Gamale and Brian Bemo were all on target. Oni Ladoned gives us highlights of this encounter in the following report.
The indomitable Lions of Cameroon have backed the full 3 points against the Dodos of Mauritius, courtesy of Momin Gamale and a late clinical finish from substitute Brian Bemo in a must-win match on match day 9 of the World Cup qualifiers. The victory sees the Lions close the gap on group leaders Cape Verde from 4 points down to just a 2-point deficit heading into the final or decisive match day. Coach Mark Brice starting lineup saw a tactical shake-up, giving Kaleta Eyong his first cap in attack alongside veteran Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting. The engine room was marshaled by Baleba and Archie Avom, providing the platform for Gamale and Kudu to walk the flanks. In defense, Ngandu returned to the heart of the backline alongside Nuutolo, flanked by Chachua and Negida as the fullbacks. The 4-4-2 formation looked solid on paper, but the team lacked a cutting edge in the final third. The first 45 minutes ended in a goalless stalemate, with the attacking Furies feeling unimpressive and lacking precision, a major source of frustration, especially with news filtering through that group rivals Libya were pulling an offset, leading 2-1 at the break. Brice made a swift change after the halftime whistle, bringing in Christian Bassogog for Jean-Kevin Kudu at the 46th minute, looking for more penetration. The breakthrough finally arrived in the 56th minute. Carlos Baleba's searching cross was deflected by a Mauritanian defender, falling perfectly from Gamale, who showed great poacher's instinct, hitting a sweet left-footed strike from the center of the box into the bottom corner to finally open the scoring.
Qui va replier sur le gardien de but André Onana. Baleba choisit de sauter les lignes pour chercher Christian Bassogok. L'occasion du but, et c'est le cas du Cameroun, l'ouverture du score. Une signature de Nicolas Moumi Ngamale.
Exactly what Cameroonians have been expecting from the...
Despite the lead, the Lions struggled to find the insurance goal. The Belgian tactician made a double substitution in an attempt to freshen up the attack, bringing on Brian Bemo for Gamale and Zambo Anguissa for Baleba. The cushion arrived in stoppage time at the 90+1 minute. Following a well-worked attack, a Bomo shot assisted by Bassogog was parried by the Mauritanian keeper, only for the Manchester United forward to follow up with predatory speed, burying the rebound to make it 2-0.
qui va chercher Christian Bassogok. Il le trouve avec un peu de réussite. Le centre second contre Brian Beaumont. Et la reprise, finalement, cette fois. Le but du mancunien des Lions indomptables, Brian Beaumont, pour le deuxième but.
Brian Beaumont scores the second goal. Again, I would say
The game ended 2-0, leaving Cameroon on 18 points, just 2 shy of Cape Verde, who showed incredible resilience to claw back a 3-1 deficit and secured a 3-3 draw in their match against Libya. At the same time, Eswatini had settled for a 2-2 stalemate with Angola. The final match day on October 13th is now set for a dramatic finale that will determine the group winners. It's do or die. Cape Verde hosts Eswatini, while Cameroon hosts Angola, with both matches kicking off simultaneously. Will the Indomitable Lions clinch a record-extending 9th qualification, or will Cape Verde secure their first ever World Cup bet? Only time will tell.
And with that, we call it a day on the set of the 8 p.m. Bilingual Primetime News on Spectrum Television. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your evening in company of programs on Spectrum Television. See you tomorrow, God willing. Good night. Good night, Oriane.
Bonne soirée à vous, Christelle Asek. Mesdames et messieurs, merci d'avoir été des nôtres. Et bonne suite des programmes sur Spectrum Télévision.